Welcome back, everyone, to Tales of Aslyria, Chapter 1. We opened on a foggy dream inside what looked like a spaceship. We see flashes of a blurred couple and a baby with a small, translucent dragon. We then experience sirens and an urgent message. Everyone to the bridge. He has done it. He has broken the seal. We have to stop him at all cost. I'm activating protocol Spire by Light. Next, we see the individual known as Ajin. He no longer has the child, but is climbing into an escape pod as two purple portals close. The ship launches over the ocean, and we see familiar lights in the sky. But instead of the auroras that we are familiar with, these are more precise and focused. As they converge, there is a massive explosion, and the ship crashes end over end. Ajin then wakes up on a ship, the Twilight, with Dynestra seated next to him. They're docking in Grefteria, as the ship they are traveling on is headed to Avalon for the Festival of Dreams. They look different due to their disguises. Ajin, going as Audie, looks like a tall human in a samurai-style outfit. And Dynestra, now going by Nessie, looks similar but with muted green clothing and a black mask and hood over her face. The two look around the city but try to stay hidden since they are wanted throughout the land. They ask about the mining operation that's going on there and then decide to go have some drinks at the tavern. We then see a wagon on the other side of town being pulled by a large, fluffy cow with talon-like hooves and wings with two familiar passengers, Linus and Elchrist. They're headed to the ship as well, but they both seem quiet. This makes sense, but to understand, we have to go back about a week earlier. Elchrist is working down in his study at what used to be Papa Dodo's cabin. Linus is upstairs when she hears a knock at the door, and we are greeted by a young halfling boy messenger, tasked with delivering a letter to Elchrist. Linus takes the letter, and the boy leaves. Linus, of course, reads the letter, discovering some information about her husband, and an invite to go to Avalon for the two of them. She then reseals the letter and takes it to Elchrist, who is semi-oblivious, but he can tell that Linus read the letter, as she tells him to read it and get back to her.
Why don't you tell me what this letter says? You seem to help yourself to the information.
I think it will help us both if you just read it. And so I walk back upstairs, leaving the letter.
I read the letter.
Linus retreats to the barn, where we discover she is talking to her friend Cal, Ura. Linus has been hiding that she has been learning natural magic to try and protect the people she loves. Ura suggests Linus go to the city with Elchrist and try to fix their marriage. Linus agrees, but only if Mura joins. We see Elchrist in his shop working and tinkering. He is frustrated because everything he's done for the last 7 years has been out of love for Linus. She returns, and we see Elchrist trying to hide his work and his wrist from her. The couple get into an argument about what to do with the letter, but ultimately they realize their lives have grown apart the last few years, and they want to rekindle their marriage. The two then make the arrangements and decide to go to Avalon. They board the ship and get situated, and Linus tries to see what Elchrist is hiding on his wrist, but she only sees a bright light thanks to Elchrist's quick thinking.
And I flirtatiously push up the sleeve and say, let's see what's under there, not knowing.
Really, not knowing, huh? All the time to reach over to not strangers, to people and just like roll up their sleeves and be like, ha 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 ha.
You're my husband.
How fun to roll up sleeves. We all love
You told me nothing for 7 years.
Okay, so she reaches for your arm and you can't move it away quick enough. And she pulls up the sleeve. What do you do?
I'll touch my wrist quickly and make it illuminate.
Okay, so on his wrist, there's just a bright light, and staring at it's like looking at the sun.
So I look away, but I'm still holding it. So then I ask, Elchrist, What is this?
It's, you know that most of my magic, a lot of my spells that I knew are light oriented. I've been using them on my travels a lot, and I've started to notice that my wrist has started to glow after extended use of the magic. So I wear these long sleeves to try and cover that up so that it's not, I don't know, obnoxious.
So I call bullshit on this because that's not a side effect of your powers.
How would you know that?
Because that's never happened in the history of magic.
Are you reading my books?
Yes.
What tieflings can't read?
Talk to me.
Are you studying magic?
I want to understand what is so compelling to you.
Well, I'm not studying magic, Linus. I'm studying what happened to us 7 years ago.
And I'm trying to understand what happened to you right now.
I can't explain it. I don't know what happened. My wrist is illuminating.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I feel fine. I just wear the sleeves to cover it up so that it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Linus does not trust him, but Linus stops the conversation. Good to know. When we need a light, I'll just pull back your sleeve. Noted.
Yep, that'll work.
Awesome.
Linus, we were having such a great afternoon. Please, can we enjoy the time on the boat here and just kind of get to the festival?
It is an airship.
Airship.
We'll try.
All right.
She notes this in the back of her mind. She's not done trying to figure out what her husband is hiding, and Elchris notes that he needs to be more careful. The two then head off for drinks at the tavern as well. While enjoying their drinks, a disguised Ajin and Dinestra talk to the couple and decide to tell them everything that has happened the last 7 years, but only once aboard the ship. Unfortunately, a guard has clocked them and takes note. They manage to escape thanks to Ajin's command spells.
I use my spell command, and I just say leave.
Maybe you should tell me what spells you got, sir.
You have a spell command?
That's cool. I see that. I would know this.
That's so helpful.
I think that's called the Imperious.
What?
I think it's called the Imperious Curse, and it's an unforgivable spell.
No, it's part of cleric, so it's holy.
It's like using the Force. Jedi mind trick. This is not the droid you are looking for.
I don't love that comes with. Ooh.
We can talk
Anyway.
about the theology.
So
He leaves.
he fails his saving throw and he leaves. He still knows why he was there. Yeah, I'm going to roll to see if he informs other guards.
So can I just cast another quick spell? Leave, forget, and just 1, 2?
So he is leaving and he forgets. Mark 2 spell slots.
Yeah. Good job, Adi.
Ajin and Dinestra decide to change their look once more now that they've been seen. Now Ajin looks like a human stall worker, and Dinestra is a short orange halfling woman. Linus convinces the deckhand that they are booked for the couple's suite.
Who's this room reserved for?
Hell if I know.
Can we take it?
Nope.
But you don't know who is staying there.
Nope.
Do you know who we are?
Nope.
This was a test. This room is being reserved for us.
Just
Okay.
Move aside. We'll take the keys.
So we'll take it.
I'll have to talk to the captain about that.
No need. We already spoke to him.
Secret VIPs?
Roll a deception check.
Who?
Both of you. Or one of you with advantage.
I have +1.
Nat 20.
Let's
Nat
see.
20?
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, if you say so. Yeah. Okay. Enjoy.
Thanks.
So you both get the king-size bed. It is your room.
Nice.
Linus, I'm glad you came on this trip with me. It feels good to laugh again
Aw,
and play tricks on the less intelligent.
that was for survival. We can't be sharing a room with someone. You never know what they've got up their sleeve.
Yeah, I know.
And they all enter and discuss the events that led them here over the last 7 years. Mura and Linus having magic. And then there's a knock at the door.
Are you guys expecting anyone?
Quick, put your hats back on. Your hats of disguise.
I hide under the bed.
And then we
Linus, pretend you're asleep in the bed.
Okay,
Don't say a word.
got it.
I put my cloak up as well, but I creak the door just partially open and be like, my wife is asleep. Can I help you?
Oh, good day. We are check.
Really loudly. I just told you she was asleep.
I'm sorry. Good day. We are about to set sail. We are needing to check everyone's tickets and make sure that they are in the proper accommodations. Can we see your tickets, please?
I have our 2 tickets right here.
Excuse me. You're in the wrong room.
That can't be. We spoke with someone earlier and confirmed that this was our room.
Who did you speak with?
I didn't catch his name. It was asked by quickly. He walked us to our room and told us this was our room.
Can you describe what he looked like?
You know, I honestly couldn't tell you.
Was he about 5'2", have a little bit of a beard, a little bit of a pudgy belly?
Sounds about right. Sure.
It's Jeffrey again. I'm sorry. He's not supposed to come up from the cargo hold. All he does is clean the decks. He's not all there, so he doesn't even know where he is half the time. But I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, you are in one of our other sleeping accommodations.
Sir, we've already unpacked our
We-
things. My wife is already asleep in the bed, as I mentioned to you. We can't leave.
Gabe, I'm not sure if my water just broke or if I peed myself, but this bed.
oh my
Excuse me, my wife is going into labor. You have to leave us. But don't bring the doctor. Find a doctor.
this is not going on.
I'm a doctor.
Oh my gosh! Quickly, we can get you off the ship before we depart, and you two can have your baby here.
It was a false alarm.
No, you don't understand.
Braxton Hicks.
What?
But these sheets are soiled. No one would want to stay in this bed.
It's okay, ma'am. We have fresh linens. We can swap those out for you. We have full room service here.
Oh no.
Please, I need this.
I cast forget with command.
Excuse me. Did I already check your tickets?
You did, yes, earlier.
Okay, my apologies. Seems to I forgot about that. Well, enjoy your stay.
Thank you very much. We'll hope my wife doesn't go into labor. Am I right? Not that she's pregnant because you forgot about that. So never mind. Take care.
The group continued in conversation over the growth and plans of the Andes program. Elchris was asked about his thoughts on magic being open for all people of Aslyria. After getting reacquainted, Ajin decides to rest and power down, while the rest of the group decides to explore the ship, get to know some of the people on board, and see what they can learn. Some interactions went better than others, but nevertheless, lots of information was gathered. The next day, Linus decided to go check on Mura, while Elchrist wanted to incite a spy of sorts within the mage circle.
Hey, Elizabeth, do you mind if I chat with you and your dad for a second? So, Elizabeth, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. If you recall from my conversation earlier, I was part of the, me and my friends were trying to stop some of the attacks that were happening 7 years ago. And I know you seem pretty interested in that, but we think there might be something kind of stirring at the mage school. I don't have any information, just want to make sure that, we're aware of what's happening at the mage school. There's just been some interesting things that have happened. And Elizabeth, if you're interested in it, if you and your father are, concerned for the welfare of the future of this great continent, I'd love to kind of maybe work with you on, keeping an eye on what's happening in the mage school and reporting back to me and my friends.
What did you say your name was?
My name is Elchrist, and I kind of I don't want to take off clothing, but
Such a creep.
Teenage girl.
Creep, Elchris.
No, that's why I'm talking with Henry here. Henry, I'm talking to you as well, Henry. I wanted to get the father's permission to marry your daughter. I don't take off, but I show the cloak and show my wings and show my family is part of the IMH society. But there's reasons why I had to leave, and I think Elizabeth, Henry, the two of you seem to want the same thing that I want, which is peace for not just our generation, but future generations. And we're looking to see if you can help us by understanding what's happening in the mage school.
Are you wanting me to betray the trust of the mage circle?
Well, the mage circle, there's no stipulation necessarily to not share what's happening in the school. It's a school, right? There's nothing that we're asking you to do that's against the will of the school. We just want to understand what's being taught and what,
I don't know. This
is happening.
This all seems very dishonest. Okay, so you want me to write you letters?
That's all. If you happen, don't write. You don't have to write consistently. Only if you notice something that seems to be strange, weird, or maybe against the code of the peace that the mage community seem to communicate that they want to create in our world. If you notice anything that seems to go against that or seems out of the ordinary at the mage school from what you've heard about it, please just write to me.
How am I supposed to do you? People aren't allowed to leave the mage school, so how do I know I can send you a letter?
You're right. Letter writing is tricky. So, Henry, when you go to see Elizabeth on a quarterly basis, when they allow parents to visit the students, Elizabeth, if you're able to share any messages with your father at that time, and then Henry, you can write to me specifically anything that Elizabeth is able to share with you.
So once a quarter, you want me to get you news about what's going on over the last quarter, and then how am I supposed to hear back from you?
Elizabeth, you're not going to hear back from me.
So complicated.
This just seems like you haven't thought this out very well.
Elizabeth, I have not. You're not wrong. But from my short conversation with you, you're someone that I can trust and someone who I want to in the mage school.
Okay, look, I want to help, but I think that you need to come up with a little bit better plan than me hoping that there's owls at the school still, that I can send you a letter or get word to my dad every 3 months.
Or didn't we meet secretly for a long time?
We met secretly?
At
a meeting spot?
Yeah, that was hidden.
I don't think the dad would love the idea of me meeting up with his daughter in this hidden spot in the woods.
How about this? We're on the ship for at least another day. How about you think about it and you come back to me?
I need to talk to my wife about a possibility that I have in my head. I think Mura could.
I'm not open to that.
But at this point, the dad looks really concerned with this whole situation.
I'm going to talk to my wife about an option here. You're right, Elizabeth. This is why I asked you to help, because you're clearly calling me out on some. That's fair. Let me talk to my wife and on our party and see if we can come up with something that's safer and make sure that you're out of harm's way. And Henry, I want to make sure you're as comfortable as possible as well. So let me talk to my party and we'll get back to you tomorrow. Let's meet on the deck at the same time tomorrow, right before lunch, and discuss.
Sounds good, but it was clearly not well thought out. Linus had some concerns after visiting Mura and decided to go talk to Elchrist.
So Elchrist saw some weird things downstairs. There's this guy named Jeff who's magical. There's a bunch of gems. There's
Jeff
multiple.
Is magical, who saw us to our room?
Yes. There are some secrets that he is hiding. He wouldn't let me move a rug that's clearly hiding something.
Where was this?
This was below deck. I was checking on Mura and saw a lot of weird things. He says that he leaves the holding cell only at night while we are all asleep. So I don't know if we should go check on it or if we should wait until the evening. But there's definitely something shady going on.
Let's go look.
Right now?
Can you just,
Elchrist, you hear a faint mooing.
wait, I just heard Moore.
Mura wouldn't make a noise unless something was happening.
We gotta go down
Double time, double time.
Let's go!
While our couple was exploring, our fugitive friends were just enjoying their day. But after seeing Linus come from below deck, Dinestra decided to go have a look around, and Ajin followed. What came next, the group did not anticipate. All right, so you open the window by the stairs. You open the window, you peek out quickly, and you see a smaller boat suspended by these 4 grappling hooks. You see an individual climbing up one of the other ropes as you look down. Below, in the belly of the ship, was a nefarious plot that was about to unfold. For what? They still don't know. But fortunately for the ship, our crew acted fast and stopped most of the bandits that tried boarding the ship. One bandit, Jeff, who seemed to know Ajin, got away. He looks at you and he goes, "You're going down this time," and you're not fazed by it.
Oh, is it the bard? It's the bard.
Oh, this freaking.
Jeff is going to do something that you don't see, and then, Jeff is gone. And the group had begun to investigate how these bandits were here and what they were intending to do. The group was divided, with the married couple investigating the rowboat attached by 3 anchors. And our fugitive friends were peering out the window, trying to decide what to do next. Everyone's clothes covered in blood and bodies all around in the lower level of the ship. Oof. Sounds like the crew is coming to investigate. Well, this is where our story continues.